Have you ever imagined V bluntly dropping a term that would make an entire stadium go wild? At the El Paso Day 2 concert, a surprising moment happened when V was talking about choreography and suddenly linked it to Jungkook. Brace your hearts, because this incident was completely unexpected. Hello K-pop lovers! Welcome back to the Taekook Diary channel, where we share warm moments and exciting stories about Taehyung and Jungkook that always make ARMY smile. The El Paso Day 2 concert truly became a night that attending ARMYs will never forget. From the very beginning of the show, the energy the BTS members gave was absolutely incredible, as if they wanted to leave the best memories for their fans in the United States. However, out of all the excitement that night, there was one specific moment that successfully sent the internet into a frenzy, especially for Taekook fans. It all started during a casual talk session between their performances. V, who looked stunning that night with a charming and elegantly casual style, took over the microphone. He looked incredibly excited to share a behind-the-scenes story that no one had ever heard before. The audience started to quiet down, curious about what V was going to say. Who would have thought? This story turned out to be directly related to Jungkook and a little secret about their cool choreography preparation all this time. V started talking about how intense their practice sessions had been for this tour, especially when preparing performances for their new songs. In the middle of his explanation, V looked over at Jungkook, who was standing not too far away, and gave him a meaningful smile. V revealed that there was one specific song on that night's set list that actually had a unique story behind its choreography process. Interestingly, V confessed that the dance parts for that song were heavily inspired by Jungkook's little habits. Yes, you heard that right. V openly stated that he specifically paid attention to Jungkook's movements during practice, and then incorporated those elements into the choreography. Jungkook, hearing this confession, looked a little shy and tried to hide his smile behind his hand. This small but incredibly sweet interaction was instantly met with roaring cheers from the thousands of ARMYs who joyfully filled the El Paso Stadium that night. The crowd's cheers grew even louder, making the stadium's atmosphere feel even hotter and full of enthusiasm. But V's surprise didn't end there. Letting out a soft laugh at Jungkook's flustered reaction, V took a step closer to the center stage. He then continued his story with a much more relaxed tone, as if he were talking to a close friend. V explained that while they were practicing the hardest part of the song, he would often give funny names to each dance move so they would be easier to remember. Usually, choreographers use technical terms, but V had his own unique way. He mentioned a few weird move names that successfully made the audience burst into laughter. However, when it came to the most iconic and synchronized core move between him and Jungkook, V intentionally paused. He looked out at the audience with a mischievous smile, making everyone hold their breath waiting for the rest of his sweet words. In that moment full of tension and curiosity, V finally brought the microphone to his lips and spilled his biggest secret of the night. With a clear voice and a tone that was half joking but full of affection, V announced that he had named that iconic move "My Husband." The moment those two words left V's mouth, the entire El Paso Stadium seemed to explode with hysterical screams from ARMY. The thunderous roar echoed throughout the venue, making the atmosphere completely break out of control. Jungkook, who was previously just smiling shyly, could now be seen covering his face with one hand while laughing out loud, clearly not expecting V to drop that term in front of tens of thousands of people. Jungkook's spontaneous reaction actually made the fans scream even more in excitement. No one expected V to use such a bold term, even if it was just to name a dance move they often practiced together in the studio. Let's dive deeper into why this moment is so special. Saying the phrase "my husband" might sound like a casual joke between two best friends, but the way V said it that night felt incredibly natural and sincere. It shows just how comfortable and close their relationship is, to the point where a nickname like that could just slip out without any awkwardness. After V said the term, Jimin and RM who were standing near them also burst into laughter, as if they were already used to hearing V use that name during private rehearsals. The fact that the other members reacted so casually and were entertained proves that the dynamic between Taehyung and Jungkook really is that warm behind the scenes. Jungkook didn't protest or deny it either. Instead, he responded with a contagious, happy laugh, making the armies watching him from the big screen feel the warmth of the strong bond between the group's two youngest members. After that mind-blowing talk segment ended, the performance for the song in question finally began. And guess what happened? Everyone's attention was now fully fixed on the choreography V had just talked about. When the My Husband dance part arrived, the interaction between V and Jungkook truly looked absolutely mesmerizing. The synchronization of their movements was perfect, paired with intense eye contact and subtle smiles they threw at each other on the brightly lit stage. Seeing them dance together in such beautiful harmony felt like a confirmation of everything V had just said. There is a chemistry that simply cannot be faked when they move to the same rhythm, proving that this song and dance seemed specially created to celebrate their closeness. It's no wonder that video clips of this spectacular performance instantly went viral across various social media platforms just minutes after the El Paso Day 2 concert ended that night. After that mind-blowing talk segment ended, the performance for the song in question finally began. And guess what happened? Everyone's attention was now fully fixed on the choreography V had just talked about. When the My Husband dance part arrived, the interaction between V and Jungkook truly looked absolutely mesmerizing. The synchronization of their movements was perfect, paired with intense eye contact and subtle smiles they threw at each other on the brightly lit stage. Seeing them dance together in such beautiful harmony felt like a confirmation of everything V had just said. There is a chemistry that simply cannot be faked when they move to the same rhythm, proving that this song and dance seemed specially created to celebrate their closeness. It's no wonder that video clips of this spectacular performance instantly went viral across various social media platforms just minutes after the El Paso Day 2 concert ended that night. V started talking about how intense their practice sessions had been for this tour, especially when preparing performances for their new songs. In the middle of his explanation, V looked over at Jungkook, who was standing not too far away, and gave him a meaningful smile. V revealed that there was one specific song on that night's set list that actually had a unique story behind its choreography process. Interestingly, V confessed that the dance parts for that song were heavily inspired by Jungkook's little habits. Yes, you heard that right. V openly stated that he specifically paid attention to Jungkook's movements during practice, and then incorporated those elements into the choreography. Jungkook, hearing this confession, looked a little shy and tried to hide his smile behind his hand. This small but incredibly sweet interaction was instantly met with roaring cheers from the thousands of armies who joyfully filled the El Paso Stadium that night.